This is part of a two-part video I want to do. This is my 50-gallon aquarium. It's a community tank. It has about 50 Aquariimus in it. It's about 9:30 at night right now. And as you can see from this, I'm about 6 feet away from the tank right now. Not very many fish are swimming around. I only feed them in the morning, once a day. There's a Petricola Syndontis catfish and a native natural colored Plecostomus there. And what I'm going to do is take a short video of the lack of activity that can be seen in this aquarium late at night when they don't have any feeding activity going on. And I just want to show you the difference between this aquarium when I feed them, which is really interesting and fun to watch all of the fish come out from hiding. There's a few Plecostomus on that slate right there. Look at that. 4 Plecostomus, 5 that smaller male there, and there's a little Petricola catfish coming out, peeking around, wondering probably what I'm doing. And then behind this slate, right now, what the Plecostomus are doing mostly is hiding and waiting and living their life the way they like to live. Secret hiding, waiting for feeding activity. Here's a couple that are just right on top of that little decoration there, and another male on this one here. And very little swimming, except for the giant Daniels. They're always active till the lights turn off. Anyway, I'm just going to contrast how this aquarium looks now versus how it looks after I feed them in the morning. Actually, in the morning, you'll see a lot more activity, them expecting me to feed them as soon as I start rattling around and feeding the koi in the upper aquarium. They're always begging for food. You can see them up here. But tonight the show is down in this aquarium here, where everything is sort of taking it easy. January 3, 2021. Well, here it is morning, and there's a lot more activity going on my tank right now. Look at all those Plecostomus stuck on the front glass. They know they're going to get fed, and look at all the ones on the bottom of the aquarium right now. There's just a plethora. Like if I started counting on the right hand side, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Well, just 40, I think would be a rough count. I'm going to put some food in there and watch the activity change. First comes the flake food. The giant Daniels just go crazy for this. Put in a nice amount like that. And then comes the floating koi pond pellets. That's sort of like what, they're just little round things like, I don't know if you can see those or not, but they're about 1/8 of an inch in diameter. I put about 30 or 40 in there. They get soft after a while, and the Plecostomus will come up to the top and grab one in their mouth like this guy has, and pull it down and suck on it. This is a really neat community aquarium. I'm going to just grab a pinch of shrimp pellets here They just ground up shrimp and some other ingredients. I'm going to put a few down on the bottom of the aquarium over at this end here. I use under gravel filtration systems exclusively in all my aquariums. Even though it's old technology, I believe that having 2 inches of gravel in the bottom of the aquarium with an under gravel filter plate underneath and tubes pulling the water through the gravel creates a really excellent place for nitrification bacteria to break down the fish waste in the water. Now ordinarily a person couldn't have so many fish in an aquarium. I'm going to move the tripod now and give you a little better close-up of the fish, I hope. Behind the camera so I can aim at things, and better close that lid there so you don't see that big 4-foot fluorescent light. This is a 50-gallon aquarium, and I have always used 50-gallon aquariums. This is probably an old used one that I found at some garage sale, but more likely than not it was bought at Walmart about 20 years ago for about 50 bucks given to me for a Christmas present. Over the years the silicone actually gives out on them, and you have to cut all the silicone out of the seams, and well, I have to, you know, when they start leaking they're pretty well totaled. It's a good 8-hour job to cut the silicone out carefully and then replace it with new aquarium safe silicone. I cannot stress enough how important that is. Over the years, you know, I've been keeping fish for I guess it's more than 60 years now. I found that in the old days silicone was all safe, and then they switched over to silicone that has different materials in it that prevent it from molding and getting mold on it, and oh my gosh. Oh, and they are right on the container, they warn you that they cause cancer in California. California. Well, am I glad I don't live there. Although the weather is really nice, you know, I have to admit that their weather is, you know, pretty darn nice when the place ain't on fire. I think that it's a good place to live. Anyway, silicone. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, these bristlenose Pocosmus. They are one of my favorite fish. This is the same tank I used to keep my fire eel in, but my fire eel passed away. Got out over the top here, the glass lid. I forgot to clamp it down, and got out of the aquarium and passed away years ago. That was absolutely my very favorite fish. Look at how this little Pocosmus is up here at the top, getting the pellet in his mouth and then floating down with it down to the bottom. They are not really scavengers at all. And look at the bristle nose on this particular Pocosmus here. Pocosmus are very interesting fish. They can see if they don't have cataracts on their eyes really well. And they learn to recognize people, and they actually react to me outside of the tank sometimes. I'm not saying every time. Lots of times they just ignore me like they're doing. They seem to be doing that this morning. Here comes another little albino up to the surface. Oh, and these guys are already getting a little pellet there. See what these guys find. I think it's pretty neat how they go up there and grab one, and then after they get it in their mouth, they drop down to the bottom, and then they let loose of it, and it floats back up to the surface. The giant Daniels are just a real excellent dither fish. I like how their colors shine when the sunlight comes into the aquarium. So most of these fish, except for the giant Daniels, all hide behind these slates that I have tilted up in the back of the aquarium. And behind the slate, I have taken 2-inch PVC pipe. You can see the ends of some of the pieces sticking out there. They're about 8 to 10 inches long. And I place them in the aquarium stacked on top of each other, and they provide excellent places for the fish to feel secure. Security and lack of stress goes a long ways towards fish longevity. And I believe that by reducing the stress level in my tropical fish, that I get incredible long lengths of life. Some of them don't come out to eat though, and so in this tank here I can tell you that I have a fish that's more than 25 years old, but I can't show it to you. I call it a leopard syndontis. And then I have a white spotted doradid. I think it's also got some other names, but it's actually older than that. I've written down how old it was, but I can't really honestly say. Anyway, fish live a long time. Catfish especially do. These Petricomus syndontis catfish is a little colony that I've raised from babies. I started out with 3, and now I have probably 90 of them in my total in all of my aquariums. I think even that big guy is going up to the surface to get a pellet. There he is, looking for a pelleted food. Oh, this natural colored one's got one in his mouth and he's going to spit it out. Very competitive, but I only feed these guys once a day, and they pretty much know they're going to get food in the morning. That's why there were so many of them swimming out this morning, and with this video you get to see all of them. Well, I'll complete this video now. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this one aquarium that I have, and all the baby and Cistrus plecostomus that I raised. I just don't trade them off anymore. It's a fun hobby for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.